Welcome to the Everything Podcast. This episode, I'm going to be recapping the first season of the Mock the Week reboot. I got tongue twisted because how I've written the title on the list of episodes I'm ready to record is not the way that it came out. I'm recording this episode on Wednesday, the 8th of April, 2026. And yeah, as you can probably tell, I'm a lot better than I'd sound in the previous episodes, and this will be a first time recording episode, because obviously the last couple, if you're listening on audio, obviously if you're watching this episode on YouTube, then that is a little bit different, but if you're listening to this episode via an audio platform, then you would have noticed that I did start to resemble a Dalek, or Kermit the Frog, or Darth Vader. My voice was that, but that's back to normal. You might notice me coughing a little bit, but I'll try to block it out if it comes up, and I'm a lot better. So that's why I've got a list of 7 episodes to record, so we'll see if they might all have today's recorded date on it. We'll just have to wait and see. So as I said, I'm going to be recapping the season 1 of the Mock the Week reboot. But before I talk about it, I've got a few clips from it to show you. So they'll be for the next couple of minutes, and then I'll come back and do my recap. So here are some clips from the Mock the Week reboot season 1.
What were some of the claims made by Brooke?
The big thing that's come out is that apparently his mum was dancing inappropriately at his wedding, which is not shock news for a mum to dance inappropriately at her son's wedding. At my wedding, my mum was grinding up against Greg Davies for an hour. I don't know if it was like a bear against a tree. I see a little bit of a dance, and my mum going, "I'll give you a task, master."
I do think it's mum's prerogatives at a wedding.
Yeah.
My mum wore a white dress to my sister's wedding. And then when anyone asked why, she was like, "I paid for it, it's my day."
All the photographs you see of Victoria Beckham, she's standing in that same weird way, where she's just ever so slightly. Do you know those toys where you like it's a rat, and you press the button and it collapses. She's like, someone's just pressed the button in just a tiny bit, and she's going. There we go.
So they played We Have All the Time in the World, and then she just stood there doing decisive angles to it. Like, yeah.
I think it's great, because for years we wondered what Zig a Zig R means, and now we know it's give a lap dance to your firstborn.
He wrote it all on Instagram, didn't he? In like 3 Instagram posts. And I read it, and I just thought, I'm really pleased David Beckham can't read.
In other news, what's going on here?
That is Andy Burnham with a mug.
Are we done? You happy?
I know that Burnham wants to be Prime Minister, but looking at the two of them next to one another, I just don't know that the country is ready for a change that radical.
They really are chalk and another piece of chalk.
Oh, that was it. That was the whole welcome back thing.
Okay, I can do more welcome back if you want.
I just wanted to say I feel a bit bad for the viewers, because when they brought back Gladiators, they had fit, young, sexy new ones. They didn't bring out the old ones again. They were like, "Oh, who's the one? Wait, oh, it's the same. Oh, guy."
Wolf? What do you want? You get up in the net like, come on.
I do love that we have started as we mean to go on and go, yes, Trump threatening to invade Greenland. But more importantly, let's compare us to gladiators.
This is how long it's been. 15 years since I did the show. I was thinking about this. Last time I did it, Andrew was a prince. Philip Schofield was married. And Ghosting was getting drunk and trying to jump through a wall. And yet, you still look the same.
I do. I look uncannily the same. Istanbul, baby. Istanbul. Every 6 months.
Tara looks exactly the same, but there's actually a portrait of a megabus decaying.
this whole story, though, is that the person that went on the news to sort of expose what the truth is DJ Fat Tony. That cannot be the arbiter of truth in a national news story. Most people are judged by, like, a select committee or a jury of their peers. And this is introducing DJ Fat Tony. Boo, 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 boo.
Victoria, guilty.
Did you see him? He's not even fat.
Yeah.
No. Can't believe a word he says.
I'm beginning to doubt the Tony thing.
Is he now Monjaro Tony?
Yeah. Celebrate like Tony on the decks. Yeah.
Has Brooklyn not essentially given them what they want? I mean, they've always aspired to be the alternative royal family. They sit on thrones and all that. And now their son has pissed off with his wife to America and left the family.
Yeah.
You can't get more royal family than that.
I think it's a heartwarming story of somebody gaining their independence, being able to turn to their parents and go, no, I don't need your money anymore. I've married more money. Money. Bringing the number of former ministers from Boris Johnson's government who've now gone from the Conservative vote to 11.
Yeah, it's reform.
Yeah, it is
They're gonna reform the Conservative Party.
Yeah. It's not reform. I've always read it wrong. I thought it was reform, but it's not. It's
No. To be honest, I find this kind of unacceptable because basically what happened is that everyone sort of ended up having a lot of contempt for the Tories, wanted rid of the Tories, and now those exact same Tories have just moved over to a different party and they're claiming that it's completely different and everyone knows it's exactly the same. Like, you can't just do that, right? You can't just get increasingly unpopular somewhere and then jump over somewhere else and act like it never happened, can you though?
Hang on. Am I the Farage or the Braverman in this situation? Or the general? Who am I and who are you, by the way, in this situation? No. People change, people grow.
That was some clips from Mock the Week, the first season of the reboot, rather. So yeah. So there was 8 episodes, which is basically double the amount that they had for the final season when it was on the BBC. The Mock the Week reboot is now Mock the Week is now on TLC, which you can find. It's a channel number which they actually, I couldn't find a clip for it, but they do joke about that in a segment in one of the episodes. But it's also available on Discovery Plus and on TLC's YouTube channel as well. So there's loads of places to find it. Really enjoyed it. Was really excited when it was announced that Mock the Week came back, because it was a little bit like, we knew that the final season was going to be the final season. It wasn't like it was unceremoniously cancelled. Basically, the BBC went, we haven't got time for Mock the Week to put new stuff on instead, and then they kind of haven't put as much new stuff off as they could have done, so they probably could have kept Mock the Week. And yeah, as of time of recording, Mock the Week has been also renewed for a season 2, which will begin transmitting from September 2026. And it has some Christmas and end of year specials as well coming up. So, and I think they said it's slightly longer series than 8, and then the 9th episode of season 1 was a best bit / unseen special. So it wasn't a proper episode. We had loads of comedy panel shows, so loads of comedians that we know, some that we didn't, which I think was nice. Towards the end, they kind of said, I think it was in episode 1 or 2 that they'd done that on purpose. Especially because the Mock the Week on the BBC finished in October 2022 and obviously didn't return debut on TLC till February 2026. So that's like 3.5 years. Like that's a long time. So I don't think they want to do that. But there kind of isn't much to it. It kind of talks about the news, so about what's going on in the US and what's going on over here. With the Prime Ministers and what's happening there as well. So let me know what you thought of season 1 of the Mock the Week reboot. If you watched it, my recap. If you didn't, and without further ado, I will see you in a future episode of the podcast. See you then. Goodbye.